are offering additional discounts and cashback incentives on the mobile app as compared to the website. And apart from these big players, other platforms such as ShopClues and Paytm's marketplace are also offering discounts this festive season. These big festival sales take huge amounts of preparation, from technology to customer care to one of the most important elements, the warehouses. And making these warehouses more efficient are Samay Kohli and Akash Gupta, also known as the masters of robotics. Simarpreet Kaur has the report.
Of course, the ecosystem is not that strong, and we haven't seen a lot happening in the hardware space.
Everybody was against us doing it, so that's very motivational, right? So it's also our nature, right? Akash and I nature of saying, give us some time and hopefully we can go to the moon.
They've been called the master of robotics. E-commerce biggies, Flipkart, Jabong are all backed by their products today. And this college startup is hoping to change the face of e-commerce warehousing in India. For these young engineers from BITS Pilani, robotics was a passion. While in college in 2008, they built a generation of humanoids. Robots that look like human beings. From one that could wait tables to a college tour guide.
Humanoid is like the topmost challenge in the robotics because of obviously replicating a human being is the toughest. So I think when we started, we didn't have any idea what to do, but thanks to all YouTube videos and things like that where you start learning from. So we did our first version of humanoid in 2008, went to San Francisco. There is a Olympics of robotics that happens called Robo Games, and participated there. I think came sixth first time, but that was a great exposure for us.
The two represented India in 13 countries for various such challenges and spent most of their time abroad. Few hits, many misses, and their grades dropped as well. But they did not give up. And in February 2011, the duo decided to take the entrepreneurial route by launching GreyOrange.
We started doing robotic education. So we started doing some workshops and that kind of stuff, right? So that was not really a choice of choosing what do we really want to do. Because of our exposure to robotics abroad, we were again always global on trying to pick what we wanted to do. Yeah. So that's why warehousing, right? When you picked railways or other stuff, they were very India focused problems, and warehousing was a problem which we saw was rampant across the world.
The blessing for them, they say, was that the fragmented warehousing sector and that the robots they wanted to make were never made in India. GreyOrange today boasts of two main products. First is the sorter. Planted at huge e-commerce warehouses, this is used to sort parcels according to their destination. The packets go on a conveyor belt and the machine automatically reads its barcode, weighs it, measures its dimensions and sorts it according to their pin codes. While only a few thousand of these can be sorted in a day manually, at a time when e-commerce biggies are aiming for express deliveries, this robotic system can sort more than 1 lakh in a day. The butler on the hand is used in inventories and warehouses and works on the principle of goods to people. A butler moves around these huge warehouses, picks items from a stack and brings it to the person, reducing the walk time. A worker in a day uses 120 items in an 8 to 10 hour shift, and now this can go up to 650 items in an hour.
I think we really want to make products that remove the non-valuable part from the human beings and keep the valuable parts from the human beings. Also, that would also push people to skills, right? Yeah. And so we are saying that we're going to cut down all non-valuable activity and hence pushing people to get certain more skills. Yeah, get them upgraded, right?
Their products, they say, helps bring more efficiency to manual labor, minimizing the chance of an error and speeds up the process immensely.
The only advantage of this is that you can reduce on the manpower. If I'll talk about my manual primary, so I need somewhere around 16 to 20 people, right? But if the sorter is in place, so I'll be requiring somewhere around 8 to 9 people to operate the sorter. So it will reduce my manpower by 50%.
But all this did not come easy. Funding issues, lack of good mentors, availability of raw materials and good engineers, they faced it all. Even though the startup is backed by venture capitalists and investor biggies like Tiger Global today, many question their idea of venturing into hardware initially.
Even I remember we were looking at some hardware also within GreyOrange. We were talking to some people and we said, this is what we want to do, and we were naive enough to say, this is what naturally thinks. And we had a decent chunk of people who were, including investors and others who said that, this cannot be done out of India. I think the ecosystem is there. It's tougher, sure, right? It's not all there in the web and it's not open source and that stuff, but it's there. And the second thing is, I think the toughest, let's face it, hardware is just tougher, right? So that's the fundamental reason why I think a lot of startups fail in the hardware space.
The startup builds products not just for India, but caters to Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan and China, among other countries. And global supply chain giants like Kerry Logistics are one of their clients. Their success mantra, they say, is a product that caters to a global audience.
The hardware unicorn will be somebody who's trying to serve global first, India second.
After spending 18 hours a day in their college lab, battling low grades and traveling countless miles for their passion, the founders are confident that their startup will be among the first in the hardware space to make it to the $1 billion club. With Simarpreet Sembi, Abhishek Singh for NDTV.
What started out as a project in their college lab is now a hardware robotic startup that they can be proud of. It's time for a short break now, and when we're back, we'll take a look at another group of engineers and their innovation that's helping to fight air pollution. Stay tuned.